I mean, if we were looking at the run-up to the first round of the primaries in Les Républicains, which is the French centre-right party, last Sunday, it appeared at the time as if definitely Alain Juppé, who has made it through, that he would make it. And the expectation was that Nicolas Sarkozy, the former president, was going to get through. Now, that hasn't happened. Fillon came first with 44% of the vote, as your poll just showed. He's on course to win the second round runoff on Sunday. If he does make it through, it'd be a slight surprise. I mean, Juppé is doing everything he can to undermine Fillon's campaign now. And if he makes it, then I think it certainly would be a worry from the point of view of Marine Le Pen. I think she was expecting to come up against either Mr. Juppé or Mr. Sarkozy, and Mr. Fillon, at least on social issues, are not too far away from some of the stances that she has. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
But there are lots of polls which pit Mr. Juppé against Le Pen, but there are very few Fillon against Le Pen, because we just didn't see that coming. How would Fillon do versus Le Pen?
Well, I think it's hard.
And do you want to trust the polls? That's the other important question. I
think that's a very important issue which you raised there. I mean, we saw the polls being wrong this year on Brexit. We saw the polls being wrong on the U.S. presidential elections. I think for Fillon, given that he has I wouldn't say adopted some of the political stances which Le Pen would have tended to adopt herself, but given that he is more right of centre than Juppé, he poses more of a problem to Le Pen than Juppé would. So he has every chance to defeat her if he were indeed firstly to get elected. Of course, we don't know if the polls are right this time round for the second round primaries for the centre-right in France. And whether or not even another candidate could make it through. There's, of course, Emmanuel Macron with his centrist En Marche movement, of course, former minister under President Hollande. So it's still very much uncertain. What seems to be certain, though, is almost guaranteed that Marine Le Pen will make it through to the second round in May.